Arsenal 5, Sporting 1 at their ground, at Sporting's ground. Listen, we need to talk about Arsenal Football Club. I'm not going to lie. This is where you got to give flowers for an absolute domination, decimation, this up. Listen, smash the like button. You know what I'm saying? This video is coming a lot later than it should do, obviously, because I was filming something else. Can't speak about it right now. But yeah, make sure you guys smash the like button. Drop a comment who you thought your man of the match was. I think there were several candidates for man of the match, but we'll get into that. Obviously, we're going to shout out Timber for his performance as well. Absolutely brilliant. Now, obviously, let's just get straight into it, because I feel like a lot of things are being said before the game, and there's a lot of ways you can look at this performance. There's a lot of ways you can look at the context of the game before and after. Now, as a Liverpool fan, I can sit here and go, before we went to the San Siro, people were talking a lot of rubbish, talking a lot of smack, and could we handle it? Went there, made them look very average, 1-3-1, very comfortable, and all of a sudden it's AC Milan rubbish. Now, what I would say is that Gyökeres was on fire. They've lost 2 games, I believe, in 18 months, or they haven't lost in 18 months or something like that. Sporting with Ruben Amorim, I'll add that context in as well, have been a very good team in Europe and a very good team in their league, respectively, as well, and are doing very well. Yes, I would say that they've lost their manager, and that's why, me personally, I predicted Arsenal to win the game. But at the end of the day, to win the game like that is what we need to talk about. The decimation, the domination, the triangles, the patterns of play, Odegaard coming back. And it's not just about Odegaard's creativity that changes the team. It's the confidence of the team. He's the captain. It's the morale. It's so many things turn from positive to negative, from the wing play to centrally. Every facet of the game that you saw from Arsenal was absolutely unbelievable. Like, I was seeing patterns and triangles again, stuff that we hadn't really seen much of while Odegaard was injured. And it is quite alarming that it's night and day, the performances with and about your captain. And that is an issue for the board. That's an issue for Arteta. But right now that the captain's back, now that Odegaard is fit and he's playing, now you can look at that and go, hold on a minute. Are Arsenal back? Could they go on the run? Should they go on the run? The fixtures are kind of favorable, maybe apart from the Man United game, which is at the Emirates. So you could also say that's a favorable game to win. But if you're looking at the performances and what the players are doing over these last 2 games, Timber now playing right back, especially if Ben White being out a while, is probably going to make that position his own. You could even go as far to say that position is his own. Like, there was one touch where he received the ball. I think Saka played the ball back to him. Someone's played the ball back to him, and his first touch was inside, and he just took the winger out the game. Like, his first touch to beat a player and to create extra pockets of space, which Arsenal kind of need to get that central success, is almost second to none at times, the way he does that. Timber is a proper baller. And I think as a team, Partey, Rice, Odegaard, Arsenal haven't really had a chance to see that midfield much. Even last season, it was obviously Jorginho, Rice, and Odegaard. That midfield was immaculate as well. You'd say Sporting got a little bit of joy really early on, but as soon as Arsenal kind of settled down, it was just very easy. 90 minutes, very much dominating. If you look at Martinelli, even he got. You guys know my opinion on Martinelli. He got into the spaces, made things look very easy. Havertz in the right place at the right time. Saka doing Saka things. I believe that's 15 GA in 17 games for Arsenal this season. And we've probably heard more Saka slander than we have Foden slander. Tell me, you know what I'm saying? Let me know with that one. Speak to me on that one. Obviously, one of the things I disagreed with a couple of Arsenal fans earlier today was that they think this is the best performance under Arteta in his whole tenure. I disagree with that. I think there's been better performances. I think this performance is definitely probably your best this season. I think PSG's performance is right up there as well. Your performance against PSG, the first half against Liverpool, against us, was right up there. But I think we just need to give credit to the bounce back. And since the captain's come back, again, it's not just Odegaard's creativity. It's the work rate. It's the trigger press. It's the 2 banks of 4 and him and Havertz pressing and forcing the mistake and being able to counter press successfully as well. Keeping the ball, decision making. They were better in every single way. Now, the question is, are they going to be able to keep this up? Because, again, Sporting are no scrubs. But I believe they would have won the game anyway because Amorim's not there. So no matter who you are, Amorim was a massive part of Sporting Lisbon, and obviously you take that away, and they are weakened. I don't care if they beat a third tier team 6-0 during the week. Now the real question is, Arsenal going to be able to go on the run in the coming games? I think this is a big hurdle to overcome, simply because Arsenal are not very good in Europe away from home. The record speaks for itself, you know. So now you can look at it and that and go, is that something they can build off of? I kind of think it is something they can build off of, simply because now with the players coming back and options like Jorginho, because Jorginho was brilliant as well when he played earlier on last week. I feel like the options are starting to refresh again. Arsenal are starting to feel like the Arsenal that we're kind of used to. So I feel like now, if they're able to keep this going, if Timber and Calafiori stay fit, if the two centre backs are playing how they play, you know, Raya doing very well. Everyone, for me, in fact, no one in the team was actually under an 8, realistically, in that game. And it's not easy to make a team like Sporting look as average as they did. Again, yes, they had no manager, but at the end of the day, you still have to get the job done, you know. And I think if Arsenal stumbled over the finish line, I think we would have had a lot of questions to ask. So I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, Sporting a crap, and after saying, you know, Gyökeres is going to, listen, I never hyped up Sporting to say they were going to beat Arsenal. But my opinion isn't the be all and end all opinion. A lot of fans, a lot of rival fans were hyping up Sporting, especially when they beat Man City, even though Man City had a good performance, aside from the goals, you could say. Like, a lot of people were propping up Sporting, regardless of the fact that the manager was there or not. And those same people can't turn around and say that Sporting's an easy game. You can't. You know, I'm not going to inflate this win. I'm not going to overinflate it. There's still a lot of work to do for Arsenal Football Club, but you kind of got to sit here and respect it in the fashion that they dominated and they won 5-1. No one, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you think, no one saw that result coming. Absolutely no one. And wins away from home in Europe is not their strong point, which adds a little bit even more like sweetness to that victory. But yeah, my man of the match was Timber. I just think everything he done was right. Everything he done, positive, defending, positioning, commanding, confidence. It allowed Saka to play his game. Saka, again, goal and assist. What more do you really want? You know what I'm saying? Trossard comes on and gets his goal after, again, being under a lot of scrutiny, and rightly so, by the way. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you've got Partey, Rice, and Odegaard, the midfield that Arsenal fans have been absolutely crying out for a minute now. And now they've got to see it, and now it's in motion. How long it stays in motion for, we don't know. But genuinely, you got to say well played Arsenal in this one. There's nothing you can kind of look at that and go, rah. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Sporting have lost their manager. I understand. And that's why I predicted the win anyway. But they need to build from this. Will they build from it? We'll have to see. I think they will. We'll have to see. But yeah, congratulations, Arsenal, man. You man done your thing. Sporting 1, Arsenal 5. Absolute decimation, a smokage. And yeah, man, put some respect on Saka's name, man. You know what I'm saying? Too much disrespect. We'll see you guys in the next one. Like and subscribe. Drop a comment who your man in the match was. See ya.